doing small turns like this because X up and then down, up and then down. A few people have requested a video about how to turn the car around on the road like this, or turn in the road. Now, because it's such a small space, it's going to require you to use your clutch control so that you don't go too fast. So the mistake that you might make on this kind of maneuver is bringing the clutch up too quick like this, and then your car goes flying into the other side of the road before you've even had a chance to turn. What you should be doing instead is controlling the clutch so that you go really slowly. Let me show you. So like this, clutch to the biting point and then down. Make sure I do my checks, up and then down, up and then down. This way your car is going to go really slow, and you also have time to turn, and you also have time to judge how far you are from the other curb. And you notice there I wasn't turning much, which is another mistake that people make as well. They don't turn enough when you're making this maneuver. So let me show you, when I don't turn enough, this maneuver will take way longer than it should do. So instead of it being a 3-point turn, it will turn into a 5, maybe even 7-point turn. So if I do a small turn like this, and then here, if I stop there, I go back, and do a small turn, this is going to take me forever to turn around in this road. Instead, you want to do big turns so that you get your car turned around quicker. Let me show you. So with the same clutch control, I'm going to control my speed, but this time I'm going to do a big turn and get the car turned around quicker. So this time I'll do a massive turn to the right, and then that way it's done a lot quicker. And then when I do the reverse now, I'll do a big turn straight away as soon as my car starts moving towards the left, making sure I don't go too far back, and then a big turn towards the right. That way I can get the car turned in 3 moves instead of doing it 5 or 7 moves. On some narrow roads you might have to do it in 5 moves or 7 moves because that's just how tight the road is, but on a road like this you can easily do it in 3 if you do it properly. You also want to avoid going onto the curb. This maneuver is not done on the test anymore, but when it was, you weren't allowed to mount the curb, and I'm going to show you how to avoid mounting the curb. So once I do my checks, when I do my turn now, I'm keeping an eye on the pavement here, and once I get to like around here, so I can see the curb is around here, the curb is touching here on my car, my door, that way I know I'm close enough to the curb without mounting. I don't want to go any further now. So then I'll get into reverse, and then once I can see that it's safe, I'll do a big turn towards the left, and I'm keeping an eye on the mirrors now this time, and once I can see in my small mirror that I'm close enough, I'll stop the car. So with the back, you want to be using a mirror to see how far back you are, and also checking around you as well so that you don't hit any trees or any lampposts that might be close to the road. Then once I'm far enough away, I'll do my checks again, and I'll turn towards the right, going really slowly here because I want to make sure that I don't clip the curb going too fast. And you see sometimes when people are doing this maneuver, you see them stretching a little bit like that because they're trying to see how far away the curb is, and then once they can see that it's far enough away and they're not going to touch it, they'll carry on, and then once they get to here, then they can start bringing the clutch up a bit more and then going on with their journey. Whenever it's possible, you want to avoid dry steering. On some really small roads, you might want to do a bit of dry steering so that your car gets turned around really quickly, but don't do too much dry steering in your car because eventually the steering column is going to get damaged, and also you're doing more damage to your tires that way as well. In case you don't know what dry steering is, it's when you're turning the steering wheel like this when the car is not moving. This is not ideal for the car. Instead, make sure you get a bit of movement first and then turn your wheels. That way your car is going to thank you because you're not putting too much strain on the steering column or the tires. And you noticed with my steering as well, I'm not doing little shuffles. If you do it like that, do it this way, but I'm not really a big fan of doing small turns like this because it takes too long. Instead of doing it like that, you can freestyle it and maybe even do one hand, one big movement like this. That gets the car turned a lot quicker. Or you can do like this. Don't worry about crossing your arms because I know some people say don't cross your arms, but it's a lot more effective at turning the car around quickly. So like this, yeah, it gets the car turned around a lot faster than trying to do little shuffles like this, and then your car's not going anywhere because you still haven't turned the steering wheel enough. So hopefully you found that useful. If you have any more requests, make sure you put them in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.